Today, I will explain an American post-apocalyptic action-adventure film called Oblivion. The events in this film happened in the year 2077. An alien species called Scavengers planned to take over the Earth for their resources. First, they destroyed the moon, and there were tsunamis and earthquakes in the world. When the humans recovered from this natural calamity, the Scavengers perished, and there was a war between the two species. The humans won the war using their nuclear weapons. But in return, the Earth could no longer be inhabited because most of the places here became radioactive wasteland. To survive, the humans went to the moon Saturn. This is the Titan. This evacuation is led by officials who live in a large spaceship orbiting the Earth. It is called TT. TT also set up the hydro regenerator on Earth. It is used to get seawater and convert it into fusion energy for humans to use on the Titan. The last two people left on Earth are husband and wife, Jack Harper and his wife, Vika. They live in a tall tower that reaches the clouds. They both work at TT and they are in charge of the hydro regenerators. Jack served as Tech 49, whose job is to repair drones. These are devices designed to find and kill the remaining scavengers on Earth. Vika stayed inside the tower to monitor Jack as his coordinator. At the beginning of the movie, Jack woke up in a dream where he saw a woman he didn't know. He repeatedly dreams about it. Jack said he couldn't remember what happened before the war because their memories were erased to hide the mission. The husband and wife's mission on Earth will be completed within 2 weeks. After this, they will accompany the other people who live on Titan and leave the world where no one lives. They continue their routine that they do every morning, and then Jack left for the inspection of the scavengers killing drones. He saw that 2 of them were destroyed by the scavengers that night. Meanwhile, Vika contacted Sally, the mission director at TT. This is where Sally reports on everything that happens on Earth. Jack arrived at the scene of the destroyed drone to repair it while Vika monitors if there are scavengers near her. Jack managed to fix the drone even though it was lacking in equipment. The drone flew and Jack was scanned and confirmed that it was not scavengers that flew away. Jack looked for the second drone, but he was disappointed when Vika told him that they lost the beacon. If the beacon is gone, it will be difficult for them to find the drone, but Jack wanted to find it, so he used his bike to look for it. He arrived at a vast land that used to be the sea, and he saw a sinkhole. Jack saw the second drone inside it, but Vika told him to just leave because it was dangerous. Jack did not listen to this and tied the beacon to his bike and went down to the sinkhole. When Vika saw it, she sent a request to the mission control to send a backup to her location. When Jack arrived at the bottom, he saw an old house. He managed to get to the drone, but he realized that it was a trap made by the scavengers. He was attacked by these, but Jack used his weapons and fought. When he was about to die, his backup drone just arrived at the right time. It killed the scavengers and saved Jack. When everything was fine, Jack returned home. Jack was taking care of a flowery weed that he gave to Vika as a gift. He was surprised because Vika threw it away and said it might contain toxins. In the afternoon, he told Vika that the scavengers were trying to catch him. He was confused because why didn't they want to kill him? Vika ended their conversation and invited him to the swimming pool. Jack accompanied him and spent the night kissing. Early in the morning, they woke up to a strong explosion. Jack quickly boarded his jet and went to the scene of the explosion. Vika was called by Sally and said that a hydro rigs had a meltdown and was completely destroyed. As Jack was on his way to the scene, he was struck by a strange radio signal from an unknown source. He was curious about it, so he went to the source of the radio signal. He arrived at the former Empire State Building that he was visiting in his dream. Jack cut a wire to get rid of the signal because he thought it was being used by scavengers. He looked at the parameters and was about to cross the border of the radiation zone where they could not go. Before he went home, he went to a house in the middle of the jungle that he saw in one of his expeditions. He went here when he was sad. Jack was asleep and dreamed about the woman in the Empire State Building. He saw vessels falling from the clouds, and he quickly boarded his jet. At that time, Vika contacted him to let him know the location of the vessels. Vika also contacted Sally and told them not to pay attention to the vessels because they had a lot of problems that day. Vika followed the order and told Jack to go home, but he didn't notice it and crashed into the crash site. Here he noticed that the capsule was a pre-war device. Jack was surprised to see the hibernation pods that contained humans. He was even more surprised to see that one of them was the woman he saw in his dream. Before he could get any more information, a drone arrived and started firing the hibernation pod because it came out of its scan by scavengers. It destroyed all the pods, but Jack was able to stop it by killing the woman. As he brought the woman to their house, he was attacked by several scavengers near them. Returning to the tower, Vika was surprised to see Jack carrying a hibernation pod. They took the woman out of the hibernation pod and called Jack's name before he lost consciousness. A few days later, he regained consciousness and introduced himself as Julie. Aside from this, he did not tell them about their mission and crew. While eating the three, Jack told Julie about the war that caused the people on Earth to leave. He said that maybe Julie was in the pod for almost 60 years, but the woman just smiled at him. That night, Vika said that she wanted to get Julie out. She wanted to report to the mission control that Julie was with them to get it and return it to Titan. But Jack insisted that the drone brought by the mission control tried to kill Julie, so a knight asked for help from them. While talking, the two are a scavenger at the bottom of the tower, and they are not human. Julie, on the other hand, is looking at the horizon through the window. She talked to Jack, who returned to the ship to get the tape recorder. She feels like she's in a dream, and she needs to know what happened to her crew before they crashed. Jack did not agree because the scavengers were outside at night, but Julie talked to them. They flew to the crash site, reminding Vika while waiting for them to go home. He was afraid that his wife would get close to Julie. The two arrived at the crash site and took the recorder. But before they could return, they were attacked by the scavengers. Vika saw it from the camera and was scared. The next day, she received a call from Sally to ask for a report. She did not say anything about Julie and made it clear that Jack was absent. Meanwhile, Jack and Julie were tied up and brought to the hideout of the scavengers. Jack was surprised when a man sat in front of him. He introduced himself as Malcolm Beach, and he knew Jack. He asked Jack if he remembered his past, but Jack said he removed his memories for his own good. Then Beach asked Jack if he had seen a scavenger nearby. The lights turned on, and he saw several people standing on the platform. Jack was surprised because he and Vika were the only people left in the world. Now Beach told him that the scavengers they were killing were humans, and the mission control was lying to them. Jack could not believe his knowledge, so he thought it was just a lie. They brought Jack to go around their hideout and told him about their mission. They wanted to destroy the TET that is surrounding the Earth's resources. For this mission, they sent Julia's ship. The Odyssey, the ship, has explosives that can blow up the TET. Now, they already have explosives and a drone to plant the bomb, but the only one who can program the drone is Jack. Now, they need Jack's help. Jack insisted that the TET has people he can't kill. A sergeant was angry and said he would kill Julie if she did not obey. At that time, a drone arrived at the entrance of the hideout and scanned the scavengers. Beach brought Jack to the second entrance and ordered him to go to the radiation zone to find out the answer. Jack and Victoria were not allowed to go to the radiation zone, so he did not know what was in the other zone. Beach let Jack and Julie, and they went to the Empire State Building. Here Jack told Julie about his dream. Julie revealed the truth, that he was his husband. Before this happened, they were sent on a research flight mission to Titan. The crew is made up of 5 people on a hibernation pod, while Victoria and Jack are the pilots of the spaceship. Before they reached Titan, they saw an alien object in space. This alien object is the TET. After this, Julie did not remember what happened. Jack began to remember the times when Julie loved them. The two kissed when Jack's jet arrived to accompany them. Victoria saw the two in the camera and was hurt. When the two returned to the tower, Victoria did not let them in. She reported to the control mission about Julie and said that Jack did not fit the mission. They were surprised that the mission control ordered a drone to kill the two because they were no longer useful. Victoria killed the drone while Jack survived. They flew away from the tower and were followed by drones. There was an intense battle in the clouds and their jet crashed in the radiation zone. They came out and saw a jet flying close to them. Another Jack came out riding here, and they were both surprised by the discovery. The only difference between the two is Jack's code number, Tech-49, and his clone, Tech-52. The two fought and Tech-49 defeated Tech-52, but hit Julie in this fight. Jack came up with a way to save her and board Tech-52's jet. He flew towards Jack-52's tower and saw his wife, Victoria. He took the device from the tower and returned to save Julie. Jack is still confused because he is in the radiation zone, and his clone will live both of his lives. Jack went to the house in the forest that Jack always visits. The next day, they returned to the Scavenger's hideout and met Beach. Here, Beach revealed that Tech is an alien intelligent device that roams the galaxies to steal the resources of the planets. It has been on Earth for a long time. Julie and Jack's jet was attacked by Tech, but Jack managed to detach the capsule that was placed by the hibernation pods before Jack and Victoria were caught. After this, Jack and Victoria made a few versions of Tech and brought it to Earth to take care of it. They removed their memories so that they would not be questioned about the mission. But Beach saw that Jack saved Julie and found out about it. They now accepted Jack in their group. Now, Jack has arranged the drone that will bring the explosion to Tech and destroy it. But before they could launch it, they were attacked by 3 more drones. There was a fight between the drones and Beach's group where almost all of their crew died. Beach was badly injured, and the drone they were going to use was also damaged. Now, Jack took the responsibility of bringing the bomb to Tech. Julie insisted on joining, so he put it in the hibernation pod, and the two flew towards Tech. On the way, he listened to the tape recorder they got from Julie's ship. While listening to this, he remembered what happened before they were caught. Jack arrived at Tech and opened the door for him. Inside, he saw the thousands of Jacks placed in the hibernation pods. Tech is a triangular device. He opened a hibernation pod and saw a Beach inside it. He left Julie at his house near the river and brought Beach with him so that he would not know his intention. He inactivated the bomb, and it exploded, so the alien device was destroyed. He saved the people in the world and the Earth's resources. But Beach and Jack died in the explosion. 3 years later, Julie adopted Jack's child, and the two are still alive and living in Lake House. One day, they were approached by the remaining crew of Beach. They brought Jack, Tech-52, to him. The movie ended when they both stared.